Commissioner Ace Coach 704 here, and when you film something and you don't turn your microphone on, it makes it a pretty good waste of time. So we're gonna do this again, and we're gonna speed it up this time, but we're gonna take a look at the non-playoff teams here, and I'm gonna start actually by going through the draft order to see where everyone's going to be picking in the upcoming draft on Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, so the Bengals have a third pick. Bills, yours truly, have the 20th pick. Broncos have the 14th pick. Browns will be picking 23rd. Buccaneers picking 17th. Cardinals picking 15th and 22nd from the Falcons. Chargers pick 21. Chiefs still in the playoffs, do not know where they're going to be yet. Colts picking 18th. Cowboys number 11. Dolphins number 28. Eagles picking 4th. Falcons have the number 2 pick from the Raiders and the 16th pick from the Panthers. 49ers picking 26th. Giants number 29, but they are still in the playoffs, so that is not official yet. Jags picking 27th. Jets have the number 1 pick. Lions still in the playoffs, do not know yet. Packers number 12. Panthers no first round pick, it is in Atlanta. Patriots picking 13th. Raiders no first round pick, it is in Atlanta. Rams picking number 7. Ravens picking 10th. Redskins picking 9th. Saints number 6. Seahawks number 25. Steelers will not be at 32. They'll probably be at 29. Texans number 8. Titans will be number 19. Vikings picking 24th. And last but not least, the Bears picking 5th. All right. So there's your draft order. You have an idea where you'll be picking in the draft. All right, so let's review non-playoff teams and see how they did this year. We'll start with the Bears and kind of work our way through. All right, so you see the Bears, Trubisky, good young quarterback, 16 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. Not bad. Got to stick with him, keep developing them, keep giving them weapons. Jordan Howard, 801 yards rushing on the year, 4.3 yards a carry. This young guy, Lynn, 6.3 yards a carry. Not bad. Gives him a little more into the act if I was the Bears there. Receiving-wise, he's got some tall guys. Listenby's a speed guy in the slot. But Jordan Matthews, he's re-signed long-term. I believe Meredith's re-signed long-term as well. So, good targets, I think. I think you can upgrade the tight end here with Shaheen. He's more of a number 2 tight end, in my opinion. That'd be my off-season focus there. Up front, you look at the sack numbers. You got to upgrade your tackles here, Morgan and Rutland. That's gotta improve if you're gonna compete with the Lions and the Vikings, especially the Vikings with Danielle Hunter. You've got to improve that. Defensively, Fuller 78 tackles, Trevathan 73. Trevathan's starting to kind of slow down a little bit, but they got some pieces here. I really like Leonard Floyd, really good player, young player. There for the Bears. All right, you look at the Bengals. Dalton, not bad numbers. I think it's 24 interceptions. You got to make better decisions on those, but he's got good stats on him. He's gone full time to Mixon. I think that's a good move. He's a really good young back. He's got to get someone to pair with him. I think Zenner is not the answer. You got to get, I think, more of a speed guy. Although Mixon can do it all, so, maybe more of a trucking guy, actually, because his truck is only 67. I like Jones and Green on the outside. The acceleration slowing down. The skill has not. I think that's a really good combination, along with Eifert, who's a really talented tight end. Number 3 guy's got to be a speed guy. LaFell's more of a number 4 at this point. These 3 right here are really top-notch players. Up front, I think you got to upgrade Presley. 23 sacks ain't getting it done, man. You got to do better than that. Same thing with Wells, upgrade your tackles. Defensively, you see Ray. He's getting older, 110 tackles though, good production. I think you got to get some younger guys in on this defense. You see a lot of your key guys here with the high numbers and experience. They need to really focus on getting young guys in the draft that can help them out, I believe. And then save money. They're a really, really high salary because of these veterans. You got to look at that as well. All right, our next non-playoff team are the Bills. Yours truly. Big Ben came in, had a good year. 22 touchdowns, only 13 picks, 3,300 yards passing. I was really happy with him. Hopefully he can stick around for another year, give us another good year of production. We'll find another young guy at some point. Taylor is not going to be re-signed. Rushing McKinnon, we gave the job to, I think, about week 4, week 5. He did a good job. McCoy's going to be cut when the offseason starts. Gio will be the third down and kick return back, and he'll get more catching opportunities also. Really happy with our receivers. Zay Jones going to be a superstar here soon. You see how he's developed. I'm really happy with him. We figured out how to use Kelsey now. I'm really happy with him. Biggers is our good number 2. Werner is really good in the slot. I think he's going to get more attempts next season out of that position. Benjamin's the veteran mentor. Good injury insurance. And then, like I said, Gio will catch more balls. And then we're happy with this group overall. They developed really well. Up front, I'm really happy with our line. Miller may have to get franchised. We'll just see how much it's going to be. Then we'll make that decision. But overall, these guys have done a really good job. Defensively, Posluszny won't be re-signed. We move Ragland to the middle. He'll be there. And then on the outsides, I'm not sure who's going to be with him in our 4-3. That's going to be an area we're really going to have to look at and see if we want to play these young guys that we've been developing or we want to try to sign someone. I don't think the draft is really good at linebacker, so we're going to have to do one of those two options. But Rudy Ford's a beast. Really happy with his development. He's coming down from safety and laying the wood on people. White is an absolute monster. He will never leave Brooklyn. Willis is developing into a monster. Really excited about him coming off the edge. Old man Alexander, we might try to re-sign him for another year if he doesn't retire. He won D-Line of the Year award. Overall, my defense is pretty good. Just need those linebacker upgrades to push us to that next level. Next non-playoff team, Broncos. Got to cut down those interceptions, but Vincent's a young, talented quarterback. Anderson, I think, has got a couple more good years in him. You see that's pretty good numbers right there for him. Receiving, these guys are starting to get older with the exception of Henderson. Derby, is he a good tight end? He's average. He's alright. But you got to find some more guys because Sanders and Thomas, while still good, they're starting to get older. You look at sack numbers, offensive line-wise, not terrible. You can live with that overall. And then defensively, they still got good talent. Parks is a really good safety. Marshall's a good linebacker. Harris is a beast at corner. McPhee, good D tackle. Talib, of course, is still good. You see his numbers there. He's still good at 33. Of course, Von Miller's a beast. He only had 3 sacks. That's, wow. I don't know how. But anyway, they still got some good talent there in Denver, for sure. Looking at your next non-playoff team, you got the, not the Browns, they made the playoffs. Buccaneers. James got to cut down those interceptions. 29 is way too much. Doug Martin only 3.3 yards a carry. You might want to get another guy in the mix there because you like to really run the ball, Blake. Receiving, O.J. Howard is a good, I like that because the way he runs his offense, of course, the tight end's going to be a big part of that, so I don't mind him being the leading receiver. Of course, Evans is good. Is Jackson starting to slow down a little bit? Trade for Gabriel was a good move. We'll see how he's integrated into the offense next year after a full season. Looking at it up front, you got to improve those tackles. 12 and 11 is too much in that type of offense. When you throw the ball, you got to make it count. Defensively, of course, these linebackers are really good with Quan and then Levante David. Two really good guys there to kind of anchor it. Of course, McCoy is a really good defensive tackle. But the rest of them, Hargraves is a good corner. But you might want to infuse a little more talent on that side of the ball as time goes on there. All right, our next non-playoff team, I should say, are the Cardinals. The question is, who's going to be the man? Is it Brissett or is it going to be a rookie? Hopefully Palmer retires for their sake, for their salary purposes. David Johnson is an absolute beast at running back. Moody's a good compliment to him, so I think he's really good at running back. You may want to get another guy in there just for the heck of it. Receiving-wise, John Brown, of course, speed demon. You got to account for him at all times. Fitzgerald may retire. Sanu's a decent possession guy, so you look at the numbers there. He spreads it around a good bit, so you don't have to have a dominating guy, but you want to have competent guys to go around with Brown. You look at your sack numbers, not bad overall. Can't be too upset with that. And defensively, of course, Buchanan's a beast in the middle. 81 tackles, 8 interceptions. Peterson's still a beast on the outside, and people throwing away from him to Mitchell. He's got 6 picks as a result of that. So the Cardinals are a good team. They got good pieces around them. Your next non-playoff team are the Colts, 10-6 in the AFC. Just missed out. Crazy strong conference. Andrew Luck, of course, good numbers there. Really talented quarterback. Turbin and Mostert, interesting combination here. Mostert's the faster guy and the younger guy, so Turbin may go for another power guy. He ran the inside, Mostert ran more the outside stuff. And then, of course, Hilton and Moncrief are two really good receivers, and then pairing them with Graham is really something special. Decker came in as possession guy. He's got a good group here. I like them a lot. Up front, 14 sacks. You don't want to see that from your left tackle, but he's a good player. Hopefully it was just a bad year and he'll kind of bounce back next season. Then defensively, we talked about it a little bit before, but when your DB's leading tackles, it's not a good sign. But the way the Colts play, they blitz about 800% of the time. So when you got your DBs making tackles, it's kind of by design in that defense and the way they run it. And then Mingo coming off the edge is a really fast player, so he's hard to account for. But a good team. They just got to tighten up a little bit on the offensive line and get some more youth in that backfield. I think they'll be good. Cowboys, we won't spend too much time on because he didn't play that much. Prescott had a lot of interceptions. Got to cut down on that. Zeke's got to be healthy. You'll be fine there. Bryant still pretty good. He was in trade rumors earlier, but still a really good receiver. Of course, the offensive line's really good. Numbers are a little high, but a lot of sim games threw that off. Then defensively, you see Smith. He's got really good numbers at the middle linebacker position. Lee's starting to get up there. You might want to look to replace him. And then you got some younger guys that are still developing well, coming into their own for the Cowboys. All right, next non-playoff team, Eagles. I think Wentz is going to be good for what he likes to do. I don't think you need to upgrade him. You go get something else and let him kind of manage things. Definitely he's going to get a running back. Kamara has value. We got him from the Saints, and then the other old Eagles guy wanted Kamara badly, so that's why he's in Philly. But I think he does some things well and has value for sure. Receiving-wise, Conley, of course, is really good. He was in that trade with the other old Eagles guy in the Chiefs. But Ertz is a good player. Aguilar's got slow development, unfortunately. Holland's got some good numbers here. I think he can be possibly a number 2 to pair with Conley on the outside, and then you get a speed guy as your number 3 if you don't like Aguilar. But like I said, Ertz is a good tight end. So you got some pieces there to work with. Looking at it up front, numbers aren't bad. I know Nandi was a draft pick. Johnson is a good player. Might want to upgrade the interior a bit, but not bad on the tackles there. Defensively, Hicks is a beast. Graham's a beast, even though he's starting to get older. You see 17.5 sacks. He's doing a hell of a job. Buda Baker is a good pickup, good young safety. And then, of course, Fletcher Cox is really tough at D tackle. So the Eagles have some good pieces there. Just got to put them together, and Shoebox will have time to do that in the offseason. Next non-playoff team are the Jets. Stafford, good quarterback. You can see it's good numbers there. Running back, he'll have to figure it out. Might be where you take an early draft pick. He's got number 1 pick in the draft, so when you got number 1, you want to take the best player available. So you can get a running back in the second round that can still be productive, I think, or in free agency. There'll be some good ones out there. Receiving wise, Robbie Anderson, he's going to be really, really good. You can see that height, speed, and acceleration. He's going to be tough to deal with. That compared with Jordan Leggett, who we upgraded a little bit to kind of help the team out. Those two are going to kind of hold down the passing game, and then you kind of build around those guys with some moves you're going to make. Up front, gave up a lot of sacks with Ben Foster, but you can see he's got the pedigree to grow and be better for sure. But I think the rest of the offensive line you got to do some upgrading to, in my opinion. Then defensively, of course, they got really good pieces. Look at their 2 safeties in Adams and Berry. Adams is a beast, and then Berry, of course, is a beast. Even though he's 30, look at him. He's not dropping that much. Superstar development really helps in regression. And then you still got some good pieces in Wilkerson. And then you got Leonard Williams. So they've got elements there. You just work on those linebackers a bit, and you're going to be fine. We're glad to have them in the AFC East for sure. Next non-playoff team's the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, still old man getting it done. He's going to be around for a few more years. Really talented. Todd Montgomery, I think, still the man here. Doesn't have really good numbers, but the 88 overall superstar development, you don't need another running back. Of course, he did use Parker very well, so he got his value out of that draft pick, which is good. And then his other receivers are not bad. Richards was a speed guy that he drafted really early on his board. He obviously put some time into him to get him to superstar development. So you look out for him in the next coming years, as usual from Aaron. Blocking up front, not bad. Not bad overall. You can live with those numbers there. And then defensively, King's a good corner. Dix is a good safety. You might want to look at upgrading some of these linebackers. But they've got good pieces. I think you do a few upgrades in the middle line, in the linebacker area, and then on the D line to kind of pair what you got. You'll be all right. But you got to play better to compete with Kendall and the Vikings in that division. It's not easy for sure. Next non-playoff team is the Panthers with Matt Ryan. Moved around a couple times. Not going to go into those numbers too much. But you can see he's still a good player for sure. Running the ball, McCaffrey's got to stay healthy. That's been the big problem. Keem Hunt's been working well for them. It's a good pickup out of free agency to kind of fill in while McCaffrey has been hurt multiple times. Receiving, I think they have to have some work to do. They got these speed guys in Schuster and Samuel. Schuster's not even much of a speed guy, but he's a good player. Then Samuel's the speed guy, but I think they got to get some more to pair with them, and because Olsen's getting old too, and he's still good, but he's starting to slow down a little bit. Up front, not bad. You can live with those numbers. Defensively, of course, I think he said he's going to re-sign Thompson, and then he's got him with Kuechly and Grugier Hill. Really, really fast linebacking core there. I think you've got to take the best corner that comes along in the draft because Elder and Bradbury They're not bad. Um, Actually, Bradbury's pretty good, but if you can get Elder to play in the slot and get another corner, you really got something going with that defense. So Panthers aren't a bad team. They didn't have a bad season. They would have won Week 17 and would have gotten to the playoffs. So yeah, did a little work, but not too terrible. Next non-playoff team is the Patriots. Garoppolo's got superstar development to take over for Brady. He is a Pats fan, so I don't think any original Patriots will be getting traded. He made a trade for Dalvin Cook, who has actually got his value out of that deal. 1,000 yards, 4.4 yards a carry, not bad. Receiving, he's got a good group here with Cooks, Anunwa, and then Edelman with Gronk. That's a tough group to defend when we play them. Anunwa's actually the one that hurts us the most. Good group there. Up front, not bad across the board. Good numbers. Defensively, he's got some talent with a high tower, 84 tackles. McCourty at 75. Gilmore's a good corner, 69 tackles. He's got some really good players there. Still got to get a few more, I think. Maybe another safety to take over from McCourty, but overall not bad. He just missed some games because he was gone and lost a lot of close games to good players. He's really improved his game this season. Not an easy out for sure. All right, Jerome, Raiders, I need you to pay attention because I'm going to give you some help here. Number one, Cam Newton's a good player. Quick development, you look at his numbers there, he is not a 49 interception player. I need you to slow down, make your reads, and do better than that. Running, you traded for Tevin Coleman. Good player. Look at that speed and acceleration, juke move. Carrying, ball carrier vision. He's a good player. Got to take advantage of him, get him on the outside. Receiving, you got a beast receiver in Cooper, man. You got to isolate him on the backside and then, go trips one side, put him on the backside and try to open some things up with him. Cook's a good tight end, but he's getting older. Might want to look to upgrade there. These guys are not bad. You can live with them, but you just gotta play better and make better reads. Up front, you got an issue. Upgrade your tackles, man. Denver Kirkland is not going to get it done with 33 sacks given up. That's the most in the league. The most in the league, man. He can't be your left tackle. That's the problem. When Cam's throwing with all that pressure on, he's going to cause errant throws. You got to upgrade him. Wood, we cut up in Buffalo after 1 year, and that's why. Because he sucks. He sucks. Don't look at that overall. He sucks. Get his ass off your team. I'm so mad I went out the damn thing. Well, we'll look at the Raiders' defense. Got beasts. Khalil Mack's a beast. Obi's a beast. Riley's a beast. Conley's a good young corner. You've got to play better. That's what it comes down to, man. Raiders are a good team. They got good players. You got to take advantage of them. All right, L.A. Rams. They got a young quarterback. Let's cut down those interceptions, and he's a good player. Gurley's a beast. Nothing else needs to be said. Good group here. Watkins is a good player. Woods a good number 2. Austin in the slot. Everett's a good vertical tight end. Up front, got to upgrade these tackles. 17 and 14 ain't going to get it done. Yeah, they ain't going to get it done, man. Got to do better. Defensively, Ogletree's a good beast. Joyner I like better at corner because of his height. Free safety 5'8" is kind of a problem. This is a good speed rusher off the edge. Good corner in Johnson. Alexander's got good speed at safety, and Donald, of course, is a beast in the middle along with Quinn. So the Rams have good pieces. Just got to bring it together, man, to cut down those turnovers. Non-playoff team next is the Ravens. Pyle's a good player. We got a good user in there, I think. He'll cut down those turnovers. Need to upgrade at running back. Need playmakers at receiver that are young and can get it done. Up front, got to upgrade right tackle. 13's too much. Defensively, Mosley's a beast, but you got to get some help around him. Weddle's getting older. Jefferson's not bad, but you see his speed. You got to get this speed higher at the safety position. If I was the Ravens, what I would do is I'd try to get more picks in the draft if you feel confident in your drafting ability. If not, you got to target some really good young players to help your defense out in free agency, because a lot of these guys are starting to kind of get old, and you want to help them out for sure. Maybe trade some veterans that still look pretty good for picks. That'd be another option too. All right. Next non-playoff team is the Redskins. I think Kirk Cousins, he did a really good breakdown on Daddy Leagues. If you hadn't read it, make sure you check it out. Kirk Cousins will lead these guys again for the next couple years. He's going to look for a running back to replace Murray. Receiving wise, he's got a lot of possession guys. A lot of these are sim numbers. He'll want to get some speed in there, some youth. Up front, Williams is a good player. That's an anomaly. I think those are sim numbers there. But Moses, you might want to look at upgrading possibly. Not bad, but if you know what he is, slide your protection there to protect him when he's passing, but he's not a bad run blocker. Defensively, of course, Zach Brown's a good player, but is he a 133 tackle player? No, that's sim stats. Same thing with Murphy here. He's a good player, 14.5 sacks, but he's not that kind of guy. Just being honest. Whoops. Back out of there. But, yeah, he's not a 14.5 sack guy. Good numbers, but not that great. All right. Next non-playoff team are the Saints. Got to find a quarterback. Taylor Hanson's not going to get it done. Breeze might retire. We'll see what happens. Swain was a trade. He was a pick of the Patriots in the first round. Traded him to the Saints for a second round pick and 2.5 yards a carry. He's got to do better than that. I think he's got good receivers with Thomas, Snead, and Coleman. Good 3 there and good 2 tight ends with Green and Fleener. Really good offense setup. Up front, not bad. Can't argue with that too much. And defensively, Anzalone, the sim numbers helped him out. Ramirez won Rookie Defensive Player of the Year in the NFC. And then he's got some other decent pieces. I think keep filling up around those guys, and then definitely got to find a quarterback. He's got the pick for it this year, so he should draft one pretty high, hopefully. All right, next non-playoff team are the Texans. Deshaun Watson's got quick development. Stick with him. Got to cut down the turnovers. Christine Michael is his running back. You might want to find somebody younger soon. He's still pretty good, but keep that in mind. Receiving core is really good with Nelson, Fuller, Hopkins. Fedorowicz, he's all right. He's 88. I think he's all right. You can live with that with those 3 receivers around him. Looking at it up front, numbers are not bad at all. It's probably the least sacks we've seen. Looks like he traded one of those guys, but overall, not a bad group. Of course, defensively, we know what the Texans have. McKinney's a good player. Merciless is good. J.J. Watt, of course. They've got good defensive pieces, so they're a good team. They just got to cut down those turnovers. In a tough division, too, in the AFC South. Cody Mariota, 22 for 14, TDs to interceptions. Big reason why he cut down on the turnovers. It increased his success. Good job there. Got a good 1-2 combination in the backfield with Henry and Davis. They're both young. Don't have to really do too much there. Good young receivers. This team is built to grow in CFM. Really, really good job overall there. You look at it up front. Good protection. Not a lot of numbers given up. Only 10 sacks on the year. Good job. Defensively, you can stand to upgrade a little bit in some spots. I mean, he did a little blog about that. Make sure you check that out. That was a good job. But you see, he's got some good players, and 10-6 is a good team, just in a really, really tough conference. So, upgrade those specific spots, come back strong next year, and take the division from Kyle. You can do it. You're not that far off. All right, and let's see, we have any more non-playoff teams? Nope, we sure don't. We went through the draft order, so that's our look at PEL non-playoff teams and the draft order. You got an idea where you're going to be picking. Tuesday night we'll have the draft roundtable, led by me, and the other guys will do a lot more talking than me. I'll just guide it, and those guys will give their expertise on the teams, what they need to look at upgrading, and we'll go through the rosters when we do that one. We'll talk about what needs to be upgraded, and we'll look at some moves that have been made because we'll be in the free agency period Tuesday. And then we'll have the advanced schedule up once the Super Bowl has been scheduled. Hopefully it's played tonight. We'll see what happens. All right. Thanks for watching. If you watched it live or on the replay, definitely appreciate it. PEL Storylines. Review of the non-playoff teams is done. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.